Okay, this is going out to darling Thunderbolt 94, who tagged me to explain why I call myself brain out. And the verse in front of you is the reason why I call myself brain out. And my brain is particularly out now because I just spent the last half hour trying to find a webcam manual for a webcam I thought I might want to buy so that I could stop, making videos where you can't see my face because people prefer to see my face. Well, I can't find the webcam. What I find instead are moving ads that distract me from being able to read what's on the screen. So then I have to use 1 John 1:9, which is why I call myself brain out. Because see, right here, this verse is telling you that your brain is out when you're sinning. Now it's mistranslated, and that you be renewed in the spirit of your mind. Does that tell you anything at all? Typical religious speak. Be renewed in the spirit of your mind? What the hell is that? To be made new in the attitude of your minds. That's political speech. Obviously, the people who translate these verses are trying to cover up stuff. And be renewed in the spirit of your mind. That's not what it says. So let's go through what it says, and then you'll know why I call myself brain out. Ananeo means to be born again. Renew is what they translate it as, but it has to do with being reborn. Okay? Refreshed, reinvigorated. In other words, you're dead when you're in a state of sin, and you need to have a rebirthing inside your head. Okay? It's not born like born-again salvation. It's a rebirthing of your thinking. In other words, you have a brain fart. Sin is like a brain fart. It's actually the closest way to talk about this is what's that word? Apnea. Apnea is what happens when you like that. It's just suddenly you lose the ability to breathe. That's what this is really talking about here. See, it's ana. Let me show you. See, ana right here means again or above. All right, that's where we get the word born again in John 3:7 through 16. Okay, it's anagenao in John 3:16 and John 3:7. This is ananeo. Ananeo means to think. Okay, to be aware. And you'll notice it's in the passive voice here. Ananeoste. Ananeoste. Okay, it's very sexy, okay? Yeah, because the Holy Spirit's really sexy. He's gorgeous. Everything about him is gorgeous. Okay, so this is ananeoste, to be renewed, but it's by the Holy Spirit. Toi there is in the dative, and it's talking about the Holy Spirit. Pneumati means Holy Spirit. That's in the dative case. So, and this is a rule that's in the Greek language, which our pastor stressed a lot. This verb is in the passive voice. Okay, passive, present, passive. A constant thing. See, infinitive means its purpose. Present, passive, something that gets done to you. This in Greek means that it's by agency of. And classical Greek didn't use prepositions. That's one reason we know the LXX is older than first century Greek. Is he's using classical Greek here, kind of emphasizing the fact that this is always the way it was done. See, when you use the dative case, that means agency. That means conduit case. Okay? So he's using classical Greek here when he says ananeoste, which means to be renewed, to be refreshed, to be reinvigorated by agency of the Holy Spirit. You see how bad the translation is? And that you be reinvigorated, refreshed, renewed, reborn, really, get out of your apnea, by agency of the Holy Spirit. Because this is in the passive voice. It's a rule of Greek. that when you have passive here, but you got the dative, the classical dative here, it's by agency of, not by means of. The Holy Spirit is not a thing, but a person. Okay? And then tu nous, in your mind, and humon means your minds. It's plural, because he's talking to a group. Okay? In other words, the only way that you can be renewed out of a brain fart, out of spiritual apnea, is by means of the Holy Spirit. And the only way that's going to happen, honey, is 1 John 1:9. So the reason I call myself brain out is because every believer loses his mind when he's saved. And the only way he gets it back is to use 1 John 1:9. And then he's renewed by means of the Holy Spirit, which is what 1 John is all about. And so brain out reminds me to use 1 John 1:9, which I constantly need, because when I have to go surf the web, they have those disgusting moving ads. They're supposed to catch your eye. Yeah, and they're so distracting, I make it a point to boycott any product sold by those moving ads. I don't care whether I'm shopping at Walmart or at the Jerusalem Post or wherever it is I go, those stupid CBS News, those stupid moving ads are everywhere. So you know what I need to do? I need to use 1 John 1:9 just to get on the web. And then the Holy Spirit renews me. Why? Because 1 John 1:7, Christ paid for my sins. That's why I can name my sins to God, just like David did in Psalm 32:5. And anybody who doesn't use 1 John 1:9 is a brain out. See, it's my nickname for a believer. In the next part of this video, I'll go through who I get to tag to have them explain how come they call themselves what they are. Bye. Okay, so the first guy that I'm going to tag is named Buckle Harry. Okay, Buckle Harry, he's really good at exegeting and putting together professional quality videos. Y'all should subscribe to him. But Buckle Harry, why do you call yourself Buckle Harry? I love that nickname, but why do you use it? Ha ha, you're it, you're tagged, you have to tell us. The next guy that I'm tagging is a nice Jewish boy named Deshdan Duvdevan. I hope I pronounced that right. Why do you call yourself that? You have to tell us. Ha ha, Deshdan Duvdevan. Your next tag. The next guy that I'm naming is Grand Conjunct. You got to tell us why that's your nickname. And everybody, you got to watch his video because it's a cute play on words. That the video that's on his channel now is Obama a Keynesian? And that's the Rally for Sanity on 10/30/2010. The thing that's so funny about that is that Keynesian, okay, people are mistaking it for Kenya. But Keynesian is a form of economics where you do debt spending, where you put the government into debt by spending. And these people that are being interviewed, it's a comedy, okay? You know, it's from Second City. But they're pretending as if it's all about Kenya. Okay, but Keynesian talks about John Maynard Keynes, who was a famous guy in economics who basically decided that it was a good thing for government to go into heavy deficit spending, which is definitely what Obama's all about. So, Grand Conjunct, you're going to have to tell everybody why that's your nickname, okay? Ooh. Ha ha. Okay, and then the next guy is a Calvinist that I adore. His name is Blogrich55. Bloggy, it's time for you to tell us how come you picked that name. Okay, so Blogrich55 is the next guy. I got one more I got to tag. Okay, and the last guy is somebody you're going to want to know a lot. His name is Ganbei85. Whenever I see his nickname, I want to make sure that if it means what it seems like it means to me, because to me, I think of Chinese. Bei means beautiful. Kan in Chinese means to look, so it's like look beautiful. Ta hao kan. Okay, kan is fourth tone. I can't say it right now. I'm sorry. I'm too much studying the Hebrew. My tones are bad in Mandarin. Okay, but kanbei means to look beautiful, or kan means to look or look good, looking. So I want to see if that's really what it means. Okay, so Kanbei, you're going to have to tell us what your nickname means and how you got it. Sorry. I hope that you're in the country now because you're usually out of the country, but we'll see. Bye.